Hey all of you, hope you guys are great. So in the last video we had complete overview of NDB tool which allow us to find bug in our API in our code. Okay, so if you haven't watched that complete tutorial, make sure to watch. I'll link that in the I button in the description so you can find that. And right from this video we're going to start working on our error handling. Okay, we're going to build the advanced model where we can easily able to handle all the errors which is coming in our API. Okay, so that's what we're going to start here. So here I have opened the project, make sure you do that. And this is where we left in the last video, so let's start. So what I will do, I'll open up my terminal, and first thing I have to do is simply, you can see that my internal server is running, so make sure your server is running. And let's bring this down. Let's go back to the app.js, and here we're going to use as a middleware. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. So let's bring this down and let's scroll all the way down where we have the code. I'm not removing this comment so you guys can have a reference that what we are doing. Actually this one is the part 4. So here we are doing, simply copy this entire one, and I'm going to comment it this, and I'm going to paste here, and I'll say part, let's say 5 error. Okay, so from here we will start working on error handling, and that looks good. And I'm going to remove this. No, let it be like this. So let's come here, and if I make a request in my postman and everything's working fine, you can see right now I have 7 data in my database. Actually I have close to 10-20, but some of them are private, some of them are secret tool. Okay, I hope you guys haven't forgot about the concept of secret tool. Okay, so right now you can see we have 7 data here, and that looks pretty good. Everything is working fine. So all the data we have here. Now let's come here and let me show you that what kind of error a user can make in our API. Okay, so there are multiple error a user can create. One error the user can create that they can write wrong version name. Okay, so that's the one error. And the second error is going to be the NFT data. Okay, so all the data of our NFT is inside this NFTs. Okay, this is the main resource in which we have all the data. So what if someone's make a wrong request, means instead of NFT they type only NFT. So this is this route is not exist in our database. Okay, so we have to catch that error, and we have to also catch an error when the user make an error in the base of ID. Okay, so these are the 3 error user can create. There are many, but we're going to take one step at a time. So let me show you what I mean by that. Right now you can see version 2, and here I get this error message, but this is not what I want to show display to the user who are making this request. Okay, I want to send user friendly message. So this is the error message I will get in back when someone will hit the wrong version or wrong route. And if I bring this back, and if I do this for the main resource, I'll get the same result. Okay, so no matter you provide a wrong version or provide a simply the resource name, you will get the same error message, but we're going to make it more unique, and it's a 404 error, which is page not found. So let's bring that back, and if I add an ID, so right now we don't have this ID in our database. Okay, so if I make a request, I'll get this response, but this is not what I want to show. Okay, as you can see, this is a valid response which is coming from our API, and it's saying that this ID doesn't exist. So when someone type an ID like this, I want to display different message. Okay, so we have a status, we have the message, we have the cast error, which is the name of the error, string value. Okay, so all the data we have here, and we're going to utilize it. So here we are in app.js, and here you can notice one thing, that here in this app.js we are only using middleware. Okay, so we have this Express middleware, Morgan middleware, and all the global middleware that we are adding here. Okay, so here we're going to define the global error middleware, because when a user will make a request and none of these middleware can catch those requests, for example, if someone make a valid request, so it will go into a NFT route or a user route, but if none of these middleware catch that, then it will come here at the bottom, and here we're going to catch. Okay, so here we're going to write our middleware for error handling. So it's a get. Okay, so you have both options. So like you can say use this get, but again, if you use this get, you have to do it for all the route individually. But here we're going to do some other method, like we'll use all. So when you use this all keyword, it will trigger for all the errors which is coming in your application. Okay, so that's why it stands for all. And here we have to provide this star max. Okay, that stands for global, and we have to write the same functions. Okay, so we'll say request respond, it's going to be an arrow function, and in that we're going to define all the logics which is coming in our way. So here we're going to send the response, which is 404, which is not not found, and we're going to send our JSON response. So we'll say status is going to be, let's say status is going to be fail, and we're going to display this message. So we'll say, we'll take this template literal and we'll say can't template literal and can't find. And as you remember that we are able to access all the query. Okay, in this function we have this request, in that we have all the queries which is users are making, and from there we're going to access this original URL. Okay, so this will give us the URL of that request which user are making, and here comes in that on no this server. Okay, on this server we can't find this URL on this server. Okay, simple message. And this will work. If I come here and this time if I try to make a request, I'll get this message because we have to handle this ID section differently. And the reason why it's happened here when we are making this request on the ID, because the main resource is right. We have only problem in the ID, that's why we are getting this error. But here we are building for the main resource. So let me remove and let me make a change in version 2. Okay, if I make a request, and here you can see I got the status fail and I got the message can't find. This is the URL which user are hitting and on this server, and I'm also getting the status is 404. So you can see if you change, and you will get this nice human readable error message. We're going to make it more dynamic. Okay, I just want to show you that how you can catch error. So this is the one middleware. So let me remind what will happen when someone will make a request. So a request will come and it will go through all this middleware. It will go through all this middleware, and finally the moment it reach here in the route section, so if it's for the NFT, it will go into the NFT folder directory. If it for the user, it will go into the user directory. But if it not exist in any one of these, then it will caught in this global error handler. And you can see that when a user is making requests on the base of the ID, the main route is matching. Okay, so it's going into the NFT routes, and there we are not able to find the NFT, and that's why we were getting an error message. Okay, so that's why how we get the error message in the base of the ID, and this is how we get when someone provide the root directory wrong. Okay, so hope this thing is clear to all of you. So you can see this is what we have, this is the route we have, and this is the our global error middleware. If I cut and if I paste here, you will paste here, and you will find that no matter what request I will make, if I make a valid request, I will still get the same error, because this is the route is going to run every time. Okay, for check. Okay, so this is the one we have, and if I make a request is a valid one, and if I make a request, you can see I get the same response, because the code is executing from top and bottom, and that global middleware error middleware is working. It will keep the track no matter what request you are making. It makes sense to all of you. But if I come here in the single NFT and if I make a request, you can see I will get the same error message. You can see it's looking fine. So this is how it's look, but we're going to cut this and paste down below here. Okay, so we can catch. If we make a request here, you can see with the ID we are getting this null because it's our secret true. So this is all the requests we have, and let me give this comment. I'll share error section and global error handler. So that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. Hope you guys have understood that how we're going to handle an error. From the next video we can start building this even in more advanced and make it global. This is a simple error handler, one middleware which handling all the error, but we're going to make it more advanced. We're going to use JavaScript classes to display the message. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in the next video.